We're making Texas Roadhouse buns and butter, Patrick Swayze style. And we know that you're watching, Patrick. Come along for the journey.
Patrick Swayze is not alive.
Patrick Swayze's dead. So we're making this recipe in honor of Patrick Swayze. And it's infused, of course. We're going to show you how. Step one, we are going to make the little yeast mixture. You want some warm milk. You could heat it up in the microwave. You could heat it up on the stove. You want it to be lukewarm. We're going to add our sugar here. We're just going to give this a nice little whisk. Now we have some active dry yeast, and we're going to just sprinkle this over the top. Beautiful. There we go. Boom. We're going to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. Let it get nice and frothy. Froth it up, baby. We'll be right back to make our dough.
We're not going to commercial.
Fuck. We will be right here when we come back. What are we on, 2?
D.
Could be D. Our foam is foaming and frothy. That's our yeast and our milk and our sugar mixture. What we have here are 3 cups of flour, and we have some salt. I want to give this a nice mix. You want the salt and the flour. You want it to be incorporated. We're also going to make like a nice well in the center. We're going to pour all of our stuff in here. You don't need any fancy tools. We have some fancy tools, which is nice.
Got that fancy mixer right in front of you.
We got a little hook. So we're going to go in with this for frothy yeast. A yeast bar. 1 pasture-raised egg. Cruelty-free means your eggs have been assessed by a third party, and those are really the only safe eggs to eat if you care that much about it. And now we have our funny butter.
Funny butter.
Melted and cooled a little bit because you don't want it to be hot. Now we're going to let it do its work. A little dibble-dabble. Our dough is looking quite doughy. It's pretty good. What we're going to do is my little secret here. You could add honey into the mixture if you want. We're going to add the Bear's Sticky with honey.
It does love his honey.
And we're going to do some butter. I'd prefer European butter because it's a little more malleable. But what we want to do now is work the dough all the way around. You shouldn't need any more flour. We want to try to mix all this butter and the honey throughout the dough. I'm going to go out, back. You can do a little slap and fold. Don't want it to be shaggy anymore, which it won't be after we work it about. What we want here is we want the dough to pass something called the window pane test. You know what the window pane test is, Evan?
You're going to defenestrate the dough.
Wow. I'm going to make a little ball out of this, but first we want to be able to stretch this out and see through it like a window pane. That's what the window pane test is. Should work it for like 5 to 7 minutes. Then we're going to get it in a little oiled up bowl. We're going to let it rise for 60 to 90 minutes. You want it to double in size. So Swayze has died. We will wait for Swayze to risen.
Swayze is Jesus.
And Swayze will come again.
So will I.
The way we make a nice ball is you fold in all the arms here, you flip it, and then you just work it in a circle. Make a nice ball of dough, baby. That's nice, right? You got a little oil here. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Earl, rub it around. Not too much, you just want enough. All right, then we're going to put one side in, rub it about, give it a little flip. We're going to cover this with a damp paper towel. You can cover it with saran wrap. Put it in a nice, dark, cool place, and we will not leave, and we won't be back, but it will be an hour. All right? Much like Swayze, our dough hath risen. This is how I feel about Evan. Wow, that was satisfying as fuck. What a great job, gang. Might need a little flour for this bad boy. No, we won't. We won't. Oh, supple. We are going to roll this out into a square. You want it to be about a 1/2 inch. I'm trying to get it as best as a square, rectangle, whatever shapes that are shaping here. Wow, look how easy it is to work this dough. We did it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not real chefs. What we're trying to do is just escape the inevitable pain of existing.
It is quite painful.
So I'd like to cut in half. We're going to cut these into the size that we want them to be because we're in fucking charge here. Let's get them onto a tray. These need to rise for another 30 minutes. Let's get some parchment paper down. I hate parchment paper. That's why I never use it. But we need it. Gonna have to use it. I'm gonna show you a little trick. What you wanna do is soak your parchment paper and then wring it out. Now look. Could dance in the wind like a Russian ballerina. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Look at that. And we've done it. We've conquered parchment paper. Saran wrap. You're next, motherfucker.
You don't have what it takes to conquer saran wrap.
Gonna get these onto the tray. Cover this with saran wrap. Let it proof. Let it rise for another 30 minutes. And then we are going to brush them with some milk and throw them in the oven. We have risen twice today.
Double Jesus. Isn't that a type of gum?
Double Jesus gum. Wow, look at these. Yeah, not much pillaging going on here. Ow. Look at that rise. We did it. We made dough. Gorgeous. The key to anything in life, whether it's food, dough, exercising, you want to fuck it for 10 seconds and love it for a minute. So you want to be rough with the dough in the beginning, and then when it becomes like this, you want to be nice and delicate. Now we're going to brush some milk on it. We're going to brush a little milk. It's going to give it a nice golden brown top. This is what they do at the Roadhouse. It's going to be nice and golden brown, and it's going to soak into this nice pillowy honey buttery dough. We got the oven at 350 at about 350, and we're going to bake it for 18 to 22 minutes. We're going to make Texas Roadhouse's signature cinnamon honey butter, infused, of course.
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Step one, easy. You're gonna take our softened butter, and some funny butter in there, got some regular butter in there. We're gonna cream the fuck out of this. And those noises.
Butter noise.
A butter is nice and creamed. Now we're gonna add a nice powdered sugar cinnamon mixture, a little vanilla extract, sugar, essential. Some more honey. You should buy honey locally. Go to your local apiary. It will help with your allergens. Yeah, well, the bees that live in your area, they pollinate all the things that you're allergic to in the area. So you can build up a small immunity by getting honey from a local beekeeper. Also, local beekeepers are keeping the bees alive, and we need the bees to live because Bill Gates is killing them all. And he's buying your apple cider vinegar, and he's changing the fucking compounds of it so he can put antibiotics and vaccines inside of it. And now we can't even have apple cider vinegar that's healthy anymore. So don't buy Bragg's apple cider vinegar either. Now we're going to mix this all together. Make sure you scrape the sides or give it one last mix. I like it. Fap it about. Let's try this butter. Do you know an octopus is just basically a sea spider? You ever think of it like that? Or is a spider a land octopus, which is the right amount of gardening equipment in here. Wow. Swayze, we're sorry you're not here for this. You would have loved this butter. Our buns are about to come out, and we are going to lather these up and make sweet, magical, Swayze-esque sex to them. And you, if you let us.
Right in the butt.
Bread is done, and boy, I could feel Patrick Swayze here with us in this kitchen.
It's like Ghost.
It's so nice. He was in that. Look at this. It's basically a body scrub. A little funky, funny disco Roadhouse butter. Got someone very special here today to eat.
Special guest taster.
People say that he looks kind of like Willem Dafoe, but to me, he looks like Willem Dafoe. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Dude, we love having you here.
My goodness.
I think you could eat this whole thing. I got plenty of space for you to nap.
Perfect.
You don't have to worry about
I'm ready.
anything.
Sweet and salty.
Yeah.
All the flavor. Right out the fancy shirt.
Yes. Get your shirts dirty. Is that Van Heusen? Did you know Patrick Swayze was dead?
Is he dead?
Do you want to know what happens when you die?
I really do.
The people that love you will miss you. See?
That makes me
I almost thought you were going to make a joke instead of saying fucking that.
Evan's going to have sex with your corpse, but that's not it.
Don't wait till I'm dead.
We're going to wait for the butter to hit, and then we're going in the back room.
There's a large group of large men on the internet that want to make a sandwich out of Evan and I.
Oh my goodness.
But I feel like, aren't we the sandwich in that?
I think we're just different layers of deli meat is what you know what I mean?
So we got to bring two men in to be the breads?
Yeah, well, somebody's going to be
Or
the
is
cheese.
this like a pita situation?
We'll throw in a small pale woman to be the cheese, and then
I don't think these large men want anything to do with women that are large or otherwise.
Maybe like for the lettuce, we get some lizards, some like iguana.
He's gonna be here for a while, probably. This is a problem. We should never start it. Did you know how the sandwich got invented?
I do not.
The Earl of Sandwich wanted a way to eat deli meats and play poker at the same time without his cards getting all greasy. So that fat genius of a man invented the sandwich.
Hell yeah.
A hot dog's a sandwich, for the record. Well, you can bring the Texas Roadhouse to you. You make the butter, you make the bread, then you argue about what is a sandwich, what isn't a sandwich, but this is delicious.
It's so good. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you for getting it dirty for us.
Yes. If you're looking for Evan and Dom sandwich action, come to Prototype September 21st. It's our 4-year anniversary. They'll be there. There's a whole section cordoned off. So all day long.
All day, every day.
You do have very like an Olive Tapenade vibe to your energy. So it took me 20 years to convince my mother I was straight, and this YouTube channel is 4 months.
Yeah, you are going backwards fast, my friend.
I was hoping to get a lot of attention, and I'm getting them from the wrong gender. Nothing but a bear, you know?
Big burly man bear.
Yeah.
Musky.
A daddy bear, they say. Evan's more of an otter, I think.
Wow.
Is that an otter noise?
I don't think so. You're more like a beaver, you know?
I feel that about
Because
myself.
damn.
Right, just fucking end it.
Yeah, we are, thankful for all of you, and especially to my mother who birthed me and has dealt with my life choices up until this point. And for Evan, is this the Thanksgiving episode?
No idea where this lands.
Oh, wow. Okay, so fuck being thankful. Make the bread, make the butter, put it all over your body, take some time off. Even if, sex work is America's oldest profession. So even if you have to hire someone to lick it off of you, you can lick it off someone else. There are a lot of bartering systems available. Just make sure consent is given, because that is important. And make this bread. We will see you next week.
Amazing.
We love you, Swayze.